What's up, everybody? It's your boy Uchi and the homie Kai, and we are back again, once again. How y'all doing today? What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Uchi and the man Cast, and we are here. I said Cast. You're Kai Cast, actually.
I kind of like that, though. That was
Cast,
kinda,
your Cast?
That was a cool intro, though. Continue. Keep going.
All right, whatever. We out here. We're doing this off the rip. Episode 8 coming right back at you for the Full Power Podcast. Now, this one, we're sticking to some themes. We're going to acknowledge some comments and whatnot from last week. But we have two hefty topics tonight. And more specifically, yours is the big one. Mine is just some shit I need to just kill right now. Like, not right now, but like, yeah. Like
not right now, but right now.
Yeah, like think of this as like, think of my topic, which is going to be the Goku and his fatherly grade, I guess, because people like to still joke about this like here and there, and it still pops up every now and then. But I'm gonna be here, fear not, guys. I'm gonna be here to put that shit to rest, so that way y'all can all go home educated and say, Mommy Uchi taught me that Goku actually is a good dad. At least that's my hopes. All right, but before that, that's like the icing on the cake to what we're really here to talk about today. Now, this basically all spawned off of the other day. When you were here and we were streaming, we were playing some Dragon Ball Fighters, and someone in the chat was asking us questions, more specifically you, asking how you felt about Goku Black versus Jiren.
Yeah, he was asking some Goku Black questions like Goku Black versus Jiren. Do I want to see Goku Black come back as a good guy? Yeah. All this Goku Black stuff. And it was a discussion. They got heated.
Yeah, so it got heated because...
in a good way.
It was like one of those realizations for you, I guess. Like, because... I mean, you've known this, but for me, it was like a big eye opener because, like, thinking back, like, I know
what you mean.
Kai and I have talked about this a lot off the air, right, off screen, and I have actually been saying, like, for the longest time, like, I really do want to rewatch the Future Trunks Goku Black arc again, reread it, because it's been such a long time since those events happened that sometimes, you know, things can get foggy, your memory can get fogged up with all this other stuff that goes on afterwards, so things might not make as much sense as it would if you keep it fresh. So, as the Broly man, we got the Goku Black man, okay? Kai's gonna be here to basically shed light on Goku Black entirely, and apparently we're all gonna be learning some shit that is gonna blow our minds. That's what he was hyping me up for. So.
Yeah, I got a couple points with the whole Goku Black thing that I haven't seen anybody talk about before, which I think is pretty interesting. But that's also considering that I'm taking some new things, because you know how Dragon Ball likes to half explain shit and then move on and then explain it later, you know.
Or they explain it and we think, oh, that's it.
And then they just completely rework the system and say, yeet.
They hit us with the actually. You know what I'm saying?
Like, actually, yes, but no.
Yeah, no. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, like, this is definite. This is actually what it is. And then later on, they'll be like, actually, this is actually what's going on. So, yeah, they hit us with the actually. But, okay, so if you want to, you could tell them however way you want. You can rephrase what was already spoken about on the stream. For the listeners that obviously did not catch the stream, you could, like, kind of touch on it if you need to.
Yeah,
so feel free.
I mean, there was that whole video of Akira Toriyama versus Goku Black. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's pretty much us, like, getting into that conversation. Yes. We were, like, playing fighters and just, like, taking questions from the chat, and then it got into a heated Goku Black moment because I had to explain, like, my deep hatred for what they did to my favorite character.
All the heat was here. Here. This was the heat. He was fired up. The heat. Yeah.
But yeah, so go check that video out. But a couple key points of that would just kind of be like, you know, Goku Black was fire. He's a great character, great villain. You know, he I mean, he took a Saiyan's body, and
arguably one of the best villains, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, definitely the best villain, because like
after the shit you were telling,
they're not villains. You know,
no,
like,
he's not villain. No,
exactly.
No.
So definitely the best villain in my personal opinion, maybe in our personal opinion. But yeah, touching on that real quick, I went over certain things like, you know, he was from like God descent, and I remember I watched that back after you posted it, and I was thinking, I mentioned that it wasn't really like clear, because the question was Goku Black being in the Tournament of Power and whether he would be able to be there or not, because he's not immortal,
right?
You know, he's a god, or he's classified as a god, but technically speaking, he was never promoted to Kaioshin status. Even if he's among the realm of the gods and he declares himself as one, he does not have an official job as a god. He might be a higher being,
right?
But he doesn't have that position. He doesn't have that status.
And that's something that that was one of those things that I did not remember correctly.
Yeah,
I always looked at
like he is a god, but he's not a god with like, he don't have a job being a god.
He's not employed.
He's not employed. Yeah, he's
okay.
he's working on it. He was in training. But yeah, so definitely go check that out. But you know, kind of spoiler from that. The final point was that whole Akira Toriyama versus Goku Black thing. Is my point was that he was such a great villain that when you think about all the matches and all the fights, whether it's two protagonists or two antagonists, doesn't matter. When you think of a fight, person A fighting person B, you always have an answer as to who won the fight. Or like, this person beat this person. Nobody beat Goku Black. This man sent them back 3 times. Well, he didn't send them back, but like, he pushed them back into their corner 3 times in the anime. I think 2 times in the manga. And he didn't get beaten. He literally the writer of the show just pulled him out. And I was just like, this is OD. Like, this was just unnecessary. And yeah, that got me fired up, because I hate that, bro. I just wanted a real ending to that arc.
And thus, that is why the video itself is titled Akira Toriyama versus Goku Black.
Because he's the one who defeated Goku Black.
Right. And like, we used that title obviously as like a draw, because obviously you want your people to watch your videos, but like, because I don't think, and it made me wonder, like, should that be a series, like Akira Toriyama versus
because like, but he hasn't done it like that before. Like, everybody gets beat like a normal, like a regular story arc should.
And then I thought about that too, and then I was like, well, there goes the series, because Toriyama doesn't really mistreat his characters like that. I mean, he like, doesn't. If you could argue, oh well, he forgot about, you know, Trunks and Goten with the tails. I'm like,
he forgets about a lot. He forgot about Launch. He forgot about the tails. Like, it's okay. He's a forgetful dude. It's okay.
Yeah, that's whatever.
It is what it is.
He remembered Broly. That's all that matters.
But yeah. So with that whole thing, after watching that, I went back, because I knew we were going to talk about this a little bit more. So I went back and I reread the manga arc for the Goku Black arc, and I rewatched the anime part, and I came up with some interesting things that I haven't heard of before. So one of the things I wanted to touch on is one of my favorite ones, and I think it's probably going to be the biggest open-ended portion of this little Goku Black discussion, because I want to talk about the manga real quick and what's going on in the Moro arc.
Please. Okay. Bringing in Moro?
Yes, I am. I'm just bringing in the Moro arc. So I want to talk about the Moro arc. I want to talk about Vegeta and how he went to train on planet Yardrat. Okay. And how when he got there, he was like, yo, I heard you guys got a bunch of tricks, you know, a bunch of techniques up your sleeve. Teach them to me. I need to see what's good. And they said, actually, we don't have any techniques. We just know a technique. Spirit control. You guys know spirit as chi or ki, however you want to pronounce it.
Yep.
Spirit control. That's the only thing they know how to do, right?
Right.
We don't know what kind of tricks they have. We know very basic things that they showed us. Up to this moment when we're recording, they only showed us that little snippet of like them like growing or shrinking in size, making clones, and, you know, doing instant transmission. We don't know much more at the moment of what they can do with those spirit control type of techniques.
Right.
But they all derive off of the same thing. Spirit control. I keep saying it because when you think about it, that means instant transmission is not its own technique. It's a spirit control renditioned technique.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Oh, I know where he's going with this shit. Oh,
Goku Black canceled the ability to control their spirit.
If that's okay, yeah. On paper, yeah, that's damn. You got it. Like I said, this is your shit. You got that.
I'm just saying, literally. But yeah, I thought that was actually crazy because like I thought about that. I was like, yo, like, can you imagine the things that he could have stopped? And like, we now know that one of the abilities of spirit control is making clones. Goku Black. Clones. Oh yeah, and speaking of that, in the manga, like speaking of crazy techniques too, because Zamasu is like, he's a god. He was just an unemployed god at the time. You know, he was just, you know, he was getting his paperwork in, trying to fulfill his orientation.
A higher being.
He is a higher being.
In the process
he's like
of becoming.
Yes, he's ranked as a deity. He's just, you know, in training to be a Kaioshin specifically.
But not a god, because that, I have to reiterate it for those that are listening, just because like I was one of those people that just, like, I thought the entire time, I was like, oh, he's a god then, you know, but.
I do think that he is a god. I just don't think that he's the gods that everybody's familiar with now, like the god of destruction or creation or the god of this or that. He's just living amongst them, and he might have been born as one, or maybe he wasn't. Maybe I don't know. I think that he was, considering like how pompous he was.
He was like, I mean, remember he was going for the Kaioshin spot.
Exactly.
So like.
Isn't that weird? Wouldn't he want to go for the Hakaishin spot at that rate?
Yeah.
Because like everything would have been fine had he just tried out for that position instead. Because then he could have been allowed to just destroy mortals as he pleased.
I love this whole job application theme.
It's
real. It's real. But go ahead, continue.
So the first thing that I want to talk about was the spirit control thing, and that was the fact that like he canceled their ability to control their spirit. So take that as far as you'd like to go. I'm not going to go crazy with it. You guys can, take it as far as you'd like to. But I just wanted to say that is some shit right there. Because that's literally like, what do you have? You have to control your power. You have to control your spirit. Like, if he cancels the ability to do that, that's a big problem.
So you're saying that
he messed up all the energy around him. Goku couldn't even sense Trunks' location. So if he can't sense other people's locations, how can he sense Black? Because they always talk about being, it takes more than eyesight to be, and a strong arm to be a warrior. Vegeta said to Super Buu, it takes more than eyesight and a strong arm to be a warrior.
That's quotes.
If you take away somebody's ability to see with more than just their eyes, because that they see with their instincts and like their sensing around them. Yeah. If he can't sense around him, that means he has to rely on his eyesight, and his eyes can only move so fast. Especially if somebody's stronger than you, they can obviously just Dragon Ball logic move faster than you.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was crazy. True. So that was absolutely crazy. Another thing I wanted to say was we talked about Broly, and we talked about adaptive Saiyan power.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Monkey see, monkey do. And we talked about one of my favorite things that you mentioned. Okay. Is crossing the family line. You cross the family line on a Saiyan, they blow up on you. They get all types of crazy power-ups, because that's not Dragon Ball logic, that's anime logic.
I was about to say, like, that's definitely like one of those like facts of life.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that applies to just about anywhere, I would think, but especially highlighted in anime for sure.
Absolutely.
And greatly shown in Dragon Ball several times.
So if somebody has extreme potential, or even potential beyond the gods, or whatever you want to label it as, you cross the family line and like you don't know what's gonna happen next. You know what I mean? So that was I liked when you mentioned that, but I'd like to bring up the fact that as far as I can remember in Super right now, out of everybody who crossed the family line, Goku Black crossed it multiple times by taking Goku's body. He crossed it by messing with Trunks' timeline. He crossed it by messing with Mai. He crossed it by messing with Bulma. He crossed it by messing with Chi-Chi and Goten. And let's talk about that one. He messed with Chi-Chi and Goten, and then you saw Goku go wild.
He killed them. And didn't he show them?
Yeah, they showed the frame where like he sliced them and
he showed that to Goku.
His body. Yeah, he showed that to Goku, and Goku was like, "I'm never gonna forgive you." Blah blah blah. He just went crazy. He got like 7-8 good punches in, and immediately after those punches, when Goku Black crossed the family line and literally pushed him into a corner, Goku Black was amazed with the power up. It was incredible. He got his couple hits in. Goku got his couple hits in. And Goku Black literally said, "Your anger is amazing. Show me more." And put him down. He crossed the family line and literally hit him with the Divine Lasso, explode, knocked Goku out of blue. Just KO, down. Destructive finish. Like,
damn.
He put him down. Yeah. So... I wanted to talk because we were talking about like adaptive power and like who has like the greatest like potential, and this man did a lot of crazy shit, and he just kept getting stronger, and literally nothing stopped him. And something else that I brought up in that other video was that Vegeta, when he came back from the time chamber, he went to fight Black for the third time. And he was giving him hands. He was giving him straight hands. And he had his whole monologue of, Kakarot's built up this body with his, with his hard work and with his idiocy. But only a true numbskull like him could use the Saiyan cells. And he just beat that knowledge into Goku Black. Black looked at it. He even said to Vegeta, when Vegeta was grabbing him by the hair, he said to him, "Why is there such a huge difference in strength?" It's been like a day. He didn't know about the time chamber. But either way, he was like, "Why is there such a difference in strength?" So that means that at that very moment when he was getting his ass beat, Vegeta was not just stronger than him. He was significantly stronger than him for him to be able to note that. Like, why is there such a big difference between our power right now? Like, This is crazy. He even said, "It seems you aren't called a warrior race for nothing." So I like that because they are a warrior race. But my thing that I wanted to mention was he noticed that and instantly figured out that Vegeta got his power through anger. And Goku Black looked at him and said, "Oh, well, if anger is how if you transformed your anger into power, let's try the anger of a god and see where that power gets us." And whipped out the scythe. And he just had all this crazy stuff. That's nothing that you don't already know. Until you think about the fact that in the manga, Goku Black mentions that when they were, Vegeta showed him Super Saiyan Blue in the manga for the first time. And he said, "Can you do this?" Because they were both fighting Vegeta in the manga. Vegeta and Goku Black were fighting each other in Super Saiyan 2 form. Okay. They were both fighting each other in Super Saiyan 2 form. They love
Super Saiyan 2 in the manga, bro.
Dude, I love Super Saiyan 2.
Extra sparks for the panels.
Yes. Yeah. So... they were fighting each other in Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta went to blue. He was like, "All right, let's get serious now. Enough warm up." Boom. All right, go hit your blue so we can really get this kicking off. And he just Goku Black just kind of sweated. And he was like, "Forget about God form. I couldn't even turn into a Super Saiyan at first." And Vegeta smirked. He was like, "I thought you'd say that." And just started giving him more hands. And he started beating down on him. I'd like to point out that in the manga, during that point, when Vegeta went blue and Goku Black openly stated that A, he couldn't transform into a Super Saiyan when he got the body. He needed to figure it out on his own. B, that means that this whole time he had to figure out how to work the Saiyan body, and he did it without anger.
Oh my God. Okay, that's a big one.
And this whole monologue from Vegeta telling him that you cannot use the Saiyan's body the way that a true Saiyan, like a natural born Saiyan, was meant to, and he was beating the crap out of him. In the anime, that happened between Rose and Blue forms. In the manga, Goku Black was Super Saiyan 2, taking that beating from Vegeta's Blue. That was the only thing Vegeta had to shine on, like the whole arc, pretty much. He had like that moment right there where he was like, "Ah, Vegeta-sama!" Yeah. And he was like going crazy, like declaring himself like the Prince of all Saiyans, as he does every episode. And in the manga, they downplayed his shit. They were like, "You're in blue form. We have a false Saiyan in Super Saiyan 2 form." You beat the crap out of him. He gets a 1 Zenkai boost. Goes God form. And he did it without anger. And he figured all of it out without anger.
That means he figured out not only going into Super Saiyan, guys, but he figured out how to manifest it with God aura as well. Because that's how it works.
And he's naturally a god, so it makes sense for him to have a lot easier access to the god.
Well, yeah, because he's a higher deity, yeah.
Exactly.
His race, whatever the hell he might be, green people, whatever.
Like even in the anime, he was disrespecting Vegeta. The first time they met, Vegeta was blue. In the anime, Vegeta was blue. He started punching Black. Black literally said, "Boom," and just kicked him in base form.
Yeah, what's up with these OD characters in their base forms?
Goku Black's base form kicked the shit out of Vegeta's blue form. It was one kick. Vegeta got sent flying. Vegeta was stressed before that kick even happened because he was punching him through walls and everything. Goku Black started smiling. Vegeta was like, "What was that?" And he naturally backed up like 50 meters. He was just chilling. He was like, "What was that?" Literally comes out, dusts himself off, kicks him.
You know what's funny? It's like, because Goku Black is essentially Zamasu, right?
Yes.
Zamasu's OD to like, so he was like, because you have to consider this too. Like he was as strong as he was, and then on top of that, he just pretty much infused himself in a Saiyan's body, being Goku's, and together, that's like the most OD internal fusion you could have ever had, because that character is just busted, seamlessly busted. And like, obviously, of course, once Zamasu happens, like we think like, oh yeah, like it's the most craziest thing ever, but there's flaws. I didn't like it. Yeah,
I kind of liked the way it looked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the design was awesome.
The design was awesome. The way it looked. Great design.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the idea of it. I thought it was stupid. I was like, man, you're a deity and you really think that merging a non-immortal body with an immortal body is going to do it for you? Go for it.
Yeah, like I knew when that's what the direction they were going in, I was like, I figure this is going to have to play some kind of effect in the whole turnout, but
whatever.
That's why we're talking about Goku Black. We're not talking about no merge Zamasu here.
Yeah.
We're talking about Goku Black and just kind of bringing out the things that people may not have realized, picked out, forgot about. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm just like, I was sold when you had the rant on the other video. When you were spitting all those facts, I was like, shit. Like, that's crazy. So like do you have more points?
One, but go ahead. It's not like,
well,
I touched on like all the main stuff.
I want you to get your point out, because what I have to ask is just a general question after everything is out there in the public.
Okay. So, one thing I wanted to mention, that it's not a serious mention, which is why I'm kind of saving it. But I was playing Fighters, and in Fighters they have like unique dialogues with each other. The characters have unique dialogues with each other. I thought it was very interesting when I put Goku Black against the new DBS Broly. His personal dialogue with him was something along the lines of, "So this is the true form of you savage creatures? How unsightly." And that's what he said to him. But yes, because like Goku Black recognizing him as a savage, as a mortal that's a savage, that means that has to have taken him back. I understand this is Fighters, relax. That has to have taken him back in his mind to when he had that first moment of using the time ring with Goasu, when he went back, when he went to the future and like checked on the mortal's progress, and he was like, look, it's been 1,000 to 10,000 years, however many years it was, and these guys are still savages. They're not getting anywhere. And then he sees a Saiyan like Broly, like, okay, so this is the true form of Saiyans, and look, they're just savages. They don't have intellect. Their power's out of control. You are the personification of what's wrong with the God's creation. So I actually thought about it because like I'm not a fan of Zamasu. Like I'm a fan of Goku Black and like that version of Zamasu, not just because of the body, but because what he did in that body and like all the things, you know, like his story. But I was thinking about Zamasu specifically. Doesn't matter which one. And when you think about the fact that he was, you know, an almost employed deity, that he had such hatred for the mortals because they could achieve things that gods could. They could even ascend past gods. And he didn't know it at the time, but he already didn't like them. He already didn't like that they didn't have anything to offer and that they were just disgusting, you know, creatures or whatever. And he goes and finds a Saiyan that on GodTube, he goes and finds a Saiyan. Yeah. He goes and finds a Saiyan like clad in God Ki. And he's like, what is this? He's like, are you serious? Why? And it makes sense when you think about it, because it's almost on some like Frankenstein logic. Like somebody creates something and that whatever was created is out of control. And it's even better. It's even better than its creator. You know, like the sum is better. What is it? I'm trying to think of.
You talking about a saying?
No, yeah.
Like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That one?
Nah, it's like the product is greater than the sum of its parts.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just wild, because that would trigger even further like raw anger in him. And like when he cut that hole in the dimension of the anime, he was like, I don't even know what this is. Is it the past? Is it the future? Is it the bottomless anger I hold inside me? And if it is, that's a problem. Because that's the anger of a god in a Saiyan's body, where anger is power. We're talking about like, even like, look at Majin Buu, like ripping holes in dimensions, getting mad, screaming in the time chamber.
Yeah.
Goku Black ripping a fabric in, he doesn't know what. He's a god and he doesn't know what. And he ripped a hole in it and that shit didn't close.
I forgot about that.
That shit just chilled there.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm stuck on this fighter's line, because you know what that means to me?
Oh no.
Real recognizes real.
I then real recognizes real.
He said this is the true. Oh my god. You want to talk about acknowledgement? Damn. Why are characters the best characters?
And you know what Broly responded to him?
What?
You know what he said back?
yeah, like a real
savage.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, so
that makes me smile.
That was crazy. Also, real quick shout out to one of our previous episodes. I don't remember if it was probably episode 6, I believe, when we talked about the whole Gogeta Vegeta thing. I just have a real quick point with that. I'd like to bring up the fact that when I said, if you look at the history of the fused fighters, Gogeta and Vegeta specifically, Gogeta fought a very, very powerful warrior, and Vegeta always fought fused warriors.
Yes.
People always hate on Vegeta because, Vegeta likes to play around. Vegeta doesn't get the job done. Gogeta gets the job done. First of all, Gogeta is not dealing with a fused warrior. And if you look at the fused warriors that Vegeta had to deal with, you want to talk about him not getting the job done. I'm going to go in reverse order for a reason. You want to talk about him not getting the job done. He fought an immortal, an immortal god.
An immortal mortal.
He fought an immortal mortal. Yeah. I like that. He fought an immortal mortal. And then when you go back and look at Super Buu, you're like, Super Buu wasn't immortal. Like, okay, he could regenerate, but so what? Like, Piccolo can regenerate. Other people, Cell can regenerate. But think about it.
I already know where you're going.
Vegeta had a problem. Gogeta never, ever had problems. And that's facts. Because Vegeto's problem is that his friends and his family were trapped inside Buu, and he was trying to figure out how to save them. Yeah. He wasn't worried about killing Buu. He didn't even know that the fusion was gonna run out. He was just doing his thing, and while he was fighting him, trying to get a hold of that new fused body and trying to figure everything out, he was also trying to find a way to save his friends and his family. So like, there was no hesitation between the fusions. There's a hesitation in the situations, and I think people forget that.
Okay.
Because like even in Gogeta in Super Saiyan 4, he didn't have a problem. Omega Shenron didn't have anybody he cared about.
Yeah, Omega Shenron was just. I mean, you could argue that's not really a fused character.
It's not a fused being. He had the powers of everybody in there, but he used them as a flex. He was like, "Oh, I have this power too," and then like turned him to ice, or like did something and like regenerated. But yeah.
Yeah, no, okay.
And Gogeta was messing around in that fight. He would have put him down if he wasn't messing around in that fight.
Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, as awesome as he was, to see him for all 25 seconds.
Facts.
It was like you see him at the end of the episode that they finally do the fusion, and then you literally see him for maybe a few minutes TV time for the following episode, and then it was over before you knew it. Like that's the most you saw that man. So it's like the best version of Gogeta is obviously the one in Broly, because not only did we get a full fight, like it seemed like a full fight, but like a lot of people don't realize like that fight was realistically super duper fast. But of course, for the movie, it was slowed down so that obviously mere mortals like ourselves can watch it on a big screen and enjoy it and whatnot. But like even him versus Janemba,
I didn't like that. It was a really cool debut for Gogeta. Yeah, like it was awesome. It was badass, but he was literally there for 15 seconds.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh my god,
like that's the best. But the best Gogeta is
this one from blue.
Yeah, the one that's in Super as of last year. So
yeah, definitely.
So are those all your Goku Black up to date notes?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna say one thing about Fuse Zamasu real quick, because I don't like to talk about Fuse Zamasu, because I don't like Fuse Zamasu. If you got a problem with that sucks. I'm sorry. But Fuse Zamasu, man, Fuse Zamasu is so trash, because like regular Zamasu, that immortal Zamasu, he didn't have shit, bro. Like it was literally all of Goku Black's power carrying that shit. It was just the fact that he was immortal and that he would keep getting Zenkai boost from being immortal, like in that fake immortal body.
Right.
And I was just kind of thinking about it, and I was like, man, like, this is so stupid, because when you think about it, if he would have kept getting mad on his own, like, fuck Zamasu. He could have got locked in the Mafuba for all I care. Even if that shit would have happened, this man was still manhandling 2 Super Saiyan Blues. They could have still fused, and they could have gotten some hits in, and he would have gotten mad. And it could have been the same fight, just written differently, but so much better. Like, I really think that he was the best, and they botched it up multiple ways. Yeah. And that's depressing.
It kind of is. It definitely is. Who am I saying? But
yeah.
So my question.
Go for it.
Is actually what we were I think we started to talk about it, but then we wanted to save it for this. Goku Black versus Jiren.
Yeah.
So who in your mind, off of what we've seen, and then what we can deduct based on the circumstances. And what I mean by that is obviously more for Jiren, because Jiren we've only seen in the Tournament of Power, right?
Yep.
And
we're definitely going to see more of him, though, because they would not keep him.
I really hope so, bro.
They would not go out of their way to
write this dude as strong as he was and not see him ever again. Yeah.
Yeah, they would. Never mind.
Well, no, I'm saying eventually they're gonna have to, like, whether it's a Universe 7-11 arc, that would be godlike. It has Slurpees in there. But no. But like, so we've only seen Jiren fight in the Tournament of Power, which means that throughout most of it, up until like the very end, he was kind of chilling. We see him hit some people, or people try to hit him, and like they would just get knocked back just by his aura alone or some shit like that, right?
That was funny.
I know. And then he was just like meditating the entire time until like, because no one was worthy of fighting him, So being that it was obviously a Tournament of Power, there was rules. They were restricted. Like they was not allowed to kill.
So we're talking about in that setting then.
No.
Okay.
What I'm asking is Goku Black versus Jiren in a fight where it's like
nobody
any other
intervenes.
Fight. No one intervenes. There's no like tournament rules.
Yeah, just drop the two of them on a planet, leave them alone, go.
Right, and let's see how long the planet lasts. Pretty much
shit
like that. Yeah, because if you think about it, Tournament of Power, TOP, they're in a world of void. So the only thing that's going to really take damage is that battlefield. And even then,
that battlefield got fucked.
Dude, I remember the manga specifically said that
it was made of the kachin.
The material used is the strongest. And it was like they was destroying it. Clearly. I'm like, okay.
That worked.
Yeah.
Dude, in the manga, that shit was so much more fire when Beerus had to fight all the gods of destruction with his fake Ultra Instinct wannabe form.
Literally, tangent really quick, I literally wish that like I had the idea of like, yo, they really need to have these gods of destruction go at it. And they did in the manga for a sec. Yeah. They did it for a sec because I was like, man, how are they going to keep introducing all these stronger, higher beings and deities, whatever, and they're not doing nothing? Like, we see Beerus, like, playing defense, and, like, like, we know that they are fighters.
He threw Champa up as a distraction.
Like, we know they're fighters, and then going even beyond that, like, the angels, of course, are obviously hella stronger and confirmed to be stronger than the gods of destruction. And we're even seeing a little tease with Mirrors because, I mean, come on now. That is a fallen angel. Man. We've talked about this. We're not going to go off on it now, but the evidence is all out there, right? So back to this. Goku Black versus Jiren, right? After you heard all that from Kai talking about Goku Black, right?
And if you still don't know your Goku facts, go check that Akira Toriyama versus Goku Black video because it's everything that I didn't mention there has been said right here.
Yeah, and now taking into consideration Jiren, not under Tournament of Power rules.
Yes,
Jiren is ridiculously strong, but we have a character like Goku Black, who shows like superb amount of potential in fighting against someone of his stature.
Oh, I had a point I didn't write down about Goku Black was the fact that because he was never appointed. See, the anime just ignored this, and I hate when they do that, but it is what it is. He was never appointed officially as Kaioshin, so in the manga he split. Like his fusion ran out and he split. Mm-hmm. But when he started to split, I should say, the two of them were rejecting the split of the fusion. And because they were the same person, they were, I think the term that they used is said that they were starting to merge on a cellular level. So even when they were starting to split, they like split and they started to like try to put themselves back together. Trunks said, yeet, split that bitch in half.
Yep.
And then, Goku Black fell to the ground, Zamasu fell to the ground, and then they both got up and naturally changed their appearance to fuse Zamasu's. And now there were two of them. So that makes me think, this man is so strong. He rejected the Patara's defusion timing. Because he wasn't a Kaioshin. This man is so strong. They defused and he said, nah, fuck that. I'm staying fused. And he just changed his body's appearance to fuse Zamasu's. And he did that with both versions of himself.
Yeah.
That shit is wild.
Yeah. More facts for you guys.
More facts.
Yeah. So on the topic of this fight, I'm like thinking like, the way it would work in my head, I'm thinking I'm thinking of both ends. Right now I'm thinking of Jiren because we obviously spoke a lot about Goku Black, right? Jiren is a warrior that literally withstood his own against hella characters by himself. Yeah. Okay? Like, let's think about everybody that he fought. And I'm probably going to forget a bunch of people. But like the first few people that come to mind are like Goku and Vegeta a bunch of times. Yep. Okay. Goku while in Ultra Instinct, Omen, and in Mastered. Yep.
Okay. 17 a couple of times.
17, Frieza, and then the last three all at once.
Yeah.
And here and just to put it to you this way, the man wasn't even like there was no defeating. They just pushed him off. Yep. Okay, a true defeat is like when
a knockout.
Yeah, when he handled Vegeta and he
says sleep.
That was Jiren officially defeated Vegeta in that sense.
He put him down.
But was he defeated by Goku Frieza in 17? Oh yeah, no, he was like down just like in Fighters, right? Was he defeated? Was he defeated via Goku Frieza 17? Now that's debatable because they literally had to
3v1 mans.
They 3v1'd him, and they used the rules against him. They used the rules against him to their advantage just to win this game. That's basically what the tournament was a game.
Mm-hmm.
The tournament was a game, and they're like, it's like in wrestling, okay? In a cage match, you have 3 ways to win. It's either pinfall, submission, or escaping above or through the cage. They decided, obviously, they were going to go through the cage. They was not going to pin him. They was not going to submit this guy because he was ridiculously powerful. Ultra Instinct Goku didn't even last.
Yeah.
So just to kind of tangent for a sec, full power out of control, Ultra Instinct literally would not have been enough based on Goku's mastery level at the time.
Yes.
Against Jiren. Jiren would have won. If it was not under tournament of power rules, Jiren would have won. And that's a big pill to swallow for a lot of you motherfuckers out there. But let me tell you something. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Facts, yeah.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. All right? Like, just to, common knowledge. Put it out there. Remind y'all. Because look, Vegeta, blue Gatorade Diamond, not enough. Frieza, golden, not enough. Goku, and any form he got, not enough. 17, with all the stamina, not enough. They needed 3.
Man literally kamikazed himself multiple times.
And it wasn't
not
enough. Not enough. Jiren is OD.
Like D, all of the above, still not enough.
Not enough.
Like,
not enough.
Man.
So put a guy like this,
right,
leader of the Pride Troopers, who turned down God of Destruction. Turned it down. I said, nah.
So did Goku. We said, yo, you're really strong. After the fight with Beerus, he was like, you're really strong. When Lord Beerus kicks the bucket, you could be the next God of Destruction. And he was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, he said, why would I want to sit around and do nothing all day? So you gotta love Goku for shit like that.
Beerus was like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Like,
oh yeah. He's like, I just hear Sean Shamwell doing this over. Like, why would I want to sit around do nothing all day? Like, yeah. But think of all the shit we just said with Jiren. Okay, now apply this versus Goku Black. How does that play in your mind?
It's hard. However, there's 2 irresputable facts. Goku Black has Zenkai boosts. And he has the anger of a god, which is clearly more powerful than, because it's not even so much the anger of a god, it's the wrath of a god. Okay. It's the pure anger that he had for allowing for like the highest beings in existence to allow flawed creatures, because the phrase, like, even here, take it out of anime, nobody's perfect. No one's and
cell.
You know that like mortals, being a lower class being able to hold power that can rival or even surpass the gods, knowing that they're flawed beings, knowing that they even could use it for like, for bad, or just, I don't know, just to like break the balance of the natural order of things. That's what he was triggered about. So when you take that, and Jiren's a mortal being. So when you take that and you take Goku Black Zenkai boost into effect, Jiren would keep beating him. Jiren would like literally just keep like forcing him down. But Black's ability to just get back up and just get mad is just as crazy as Broly's, in my opinion, just in a different way. Like,
they're so similar.
I
did not even realize this until like this week. Like, no, not this week, but like the last time.
Like last time. But yeah, like they're both next level. Like, and so yes, overall, I think that people that would watch the fight, like Goku Black would definitely get his ass beat more than once. He would get put like on the ground more than once. But here's the thing. He has Zenkai boosts, and they're OD as fuck. They're just, you can't. They're OD.
Okay.
He can cancel spirit control, which I don't think that matters against Jiren specifically because, strength is absolute.
Dude, my man's aura is heat.
Exactly.
But you can't cancel heat, fire.
But Black ripped a hole in some shit.
Okay.
What if he could have trapped Jiren somewhere? Like the way Hit tried to.
Okay. So...
But I also want to acknowledge the main point for those that aren't convinced by that one. I'd like to acknowledge the main fact that Jiren doesn't kill. So it don't matter how many times he puts Black down. If he doesn't make the choice to kill him, he's going to have a problem eventually.
All about that about Jiren. He don't kill. He's Batman.
Jiren and Goku don't kill. Or like Goku kills when he has to.
Oh, he will roast. He will make some chicken.
But nah, yeah. But yeah, Jiren don't kill.
Man, how many times he killed Frieza? Come on, Goku kills.
Nah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not saying he hasn't killed, but Goku definitely tries not to. But yeah, Jiren don't kill. So it doesn't matter how many times Jiren can beat Goku Black's ass. If he doesn't kill him, I think Black is gonna win in the end. Because he's gonna keep getting stronger. And if Jiren doesn't see to a point where like this is getting like you're wasting my time. Like if he doesn't really put mans down, it's over. Yeah. So I think that the number one deciding factor comes down to is Jiren out for blood or not.
I mean, yeah. So basically, so that now that I'm thinking about this whole
Zamasu's
fight,
not stupid. He could totally retreat, get a crazy boost, and in the manga, he states in the anime too. He states that he was weak the first time he met Goku and they were fighting on Goasu's planet. He states that like, I don't fight like you guys. He's a Kaioken, like he's a prodigy. He's a good like martial artist, but he wasn't even like Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 level of Goku's. But he doesn't fight like them, and they mention that in both the anime and the manga that he has his own way of fighting. In the manga, Zamasu, not Goku Black, Zamasu, the immortal one, had a paralyzing technique where he paralyzed Goku and literally just like washed him all around like buildings and stuff. And Goku was hurt from that. He was in his god form. And even though Zamasu was only just like hitting him around buildings, just paralyzing him on some Frieza shit, Goku was hurt from that. Yeah. So it makes you wonder what was about that paralyzing technique that was so OD. But they gave it to Black in the manga too. He did the same thing with his Rose Aura.
So is that the God Bind?
It is the God Bind.
That is the God
but
Bind.
It's a God Bind with like a lasso, with like a divine lasso. Like he literally took it and he went yeet, yeet, and he just started swinging people. And both of them had that ability. So here's the funny thing. Zamasu was not a Kaioshin officially, but the manga states that he was. The reason he's trying out for Kaioshin is because he is Universe 10's North Kai. And who did our North Kai? Our North Kai taught us, King Kai, taught Goku Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. Those beings know abilities that can't be messed with even in Super's terms. So what did Zamasu know that he didn't even show that could have been some crazy shit?
I see where this is going. Okay. Yeah, honestly, this is fucking nuts because
like that means he had some magical type powers too. Like that's it's more than just strength. It don't matter if your strength is absolute.
Well, yeah, because I mean it helped because that's the thing. It's almost like he has more of an advantage just over regular Goku because Goku's a Saiyan being. Zamasu is a higher deity that's like mortal but above the mortals.
Yes.
And then combine that with a Saiyan. Like that's
busted.
It's busted, right? it's a busted combination. So we're talking all of that versus a guy like Jiren who is so strong that you have to really push him to really see his true and utter strength. And even then we don't really know like if that is actually his limit or he can go further beyond. No pun intended on Super Saiyan 3, but you could cue the music right now. On the thought of them two fighting, my thought is this, right? After all those Zenkai boosts, right? I don't. So
and that's such a busted thing for any Saiyan to have. Just be getting up like, I mean, Vegeta abused it on Namek. Like we've seen that shit abused multiple times.
So here's how. All right. So here's how I'm gonna say this. I think that I'm gonna say Jiren wins. Okay. And here's why. Okay. The reason why, and low key, I would want Goku Black to win.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain myself as best as I possibly can with all the facts. Okay. With everything that we've seen happen in just Dragon Ball, right? We can use the Tournament of Power as a really heavy reference just because we saw it happen. That's kind of the only time we saw Jiren, fighting in the first place. But my thought is that when he was fighting all these beings and they were going through their power-ups and whatnot, and he still handled them, right? Mm-hmm. I'm giving Goku Black the biggest shadow of a doubt. Like, I'm giving him the biggest, yeah, he could do this, right? I'm saying he gets to the point where he fights Jiren in Kaioken. He fights Jiren with Ultra Instinct. He fights Jiren with mastered Ultra Instinct.
You'll tell me, wait.
I know I'm picturing a lot of fan art for you right now.
I don't have a problem with that. Let him continue. But
I know. I'm thinking.
This is a statement.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Continue.
So, even with all those things, I feel whenever someone gets a new Zenkai boost mid-battle, it helps, but it's not like they have the mastery over them. Right then and there. It helps, and in some cases, it helps to the point where it's it's just enough to defeat them. Mm-hmm. And then obviously they're shown afterwards, training in it, fighting in the form, kind of really mastering it and making it their own. So that way it's less of a strain on them, I guess, because you think whenever they're using Super Saiyan and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in your bank account, all them forms, right? Sorry. When they're doing that,
I wasn't ready.
It causes a strain because it's not. It does, right? Unless you're using natural abilities and natural power ups and i.e. Super Saiyan 4, all the Broly stuff, whatever. But if you take Ultra Instinct, the highest form we've seen right now, the highest Zenkai boost, the highest whatever, it's natural. It's everything. It's nothing. It's fucking confusing, right? But it is right now the be-all, end-all form. This shit we should never see it unless they're really taking it into the direction where Goku can just use it at will, right? But it should only ever come out when it's a do or die situation.
I completely agree with that.
Right? So with Goku Black, my man had, imagine if his hair was black and it was gray. His version, it wasn't white. And even if it was white, it would look still dope, right? But
dude, I remember just being around, just waiting for episodes of Goku Black arc when we thought Super Saiyan Rose was gonna be Super Saiyan White.
Yeah,
we thought Goku Black was gonna have Super Saiyan White.
Yeah. No, that's true. So take that into consideration. My man Goku Black, Ultra Instinct. Let's say out the gate, he's fighting Jiren. Jiren, of course, is forced to, he's forced his hand to power up himself, activate his God of Destruction mode, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And
his Broly mode.
And they're going back and forth. But what happened with Goku? It only lasted a certain amount of time.
You're right.
And that's a Saiyan. I know. But don't worry. This is not flawed thought. All right, it's thought out within the span of this episode. But
I'm gonna allow it.
That's a Saiyan body. Now we're not talking about no Saiyan body. It's Goku Black. Goku Black is in a higher deity type body. He's not just a Saiyan. He's like a new hybrid mix.
Yeah.
Right. So for argument's sake, I feel he would be able to last longer.
He would.
Than Goku.
He would be able to
first
last
time
longer.
ever, right? But it goes I also am giving Jiren a benefit of the doubt too, because again, on the Tournament of Power rules, this man was super limited, and then he got ganged up on to get pushed out.
Yeah.
As of right now, I'm giving him that shadow of a doubt because he was such a fucking problem for all of these motherfuckers at the same time.
Yeah.
under perfect circumstances, when it's a fair one-on-one, no bullshit, it's just fighting and whatever techniques they got to bring to the table. I don't care if this man tries to put him through a riff or whatever. Like, that'd be hella.
Oh my god.
Like I mean, if that happened, like that would be like that would kill the vibe. I'd be like, anyone could have done that then. You know, like. Oh,
Vegeta could have done that.
Just put him in another dimension. Oh, okay, he wins. Like, fuck that. Like,
yeah,
I want to, like, when I think of a fight, I mean,
yeah, don't take that one seriously.
Yeah, no. But like fisticuffs, like at the end of it, someone is standing over the other, or at least one of them gets up and the other is laid out, and that's a defeat, right? I think as of right now, with what we've seen, and given all the benefit of the doubts, I think Jiren will win. I think he will win the first fight. Because
I think he would win like the first 2 fights.
Yeah, like because
maybe even the third.
Because like I don't even. That's the thing. Like with all this potential and all this shit, it's just like.
But if he don't kill,
But if he don't kill, but like so. I guess what I'm saying is like if we had a match set where it's like where it was like multiple fights, I think Goku Black would then have the potential to figure out and overcome Jiren's power.
Yeah.
Because right now, like let's say this is like, you know, we have all these forms, Ultra Instinct, and then Jiren at the top.
But here's the thing though. I don't even like that because Ultra Instinct or Goku's, okay, specifically just to make it easier for people.
Ultra Instinct.
Goku's Ultra Instinct. Goku's mastered, white-haired, Santa Claus looking ass Ultra Instinct.
Ho ho ho.
Is stronger than Jiren's like shirtless Broly form, like,
but for as long as it lasts.
And but here's the thing.
That's important.
That is super important. But I think one thing that you're overlooking is the fact that if we are talking about Goku Black getting his ass blacked the same way he did to them, like he gave Goku and Vegeta not 1, 2, 3 chances. Now if Jiren's gonna give him the same type of chances like multiple times, Zamasu's not stupid. Clearly. I mean, he's made a couple dumb decisions, but Zamasu's not stupid. He has the ability. He has all the abilities of a Saiyan, and then all the abilities of a North Kai, a Supreme Kai, and like anything that he derives being a prodigy. And like when you think about it, Goku's Ultra Instinct was busted, and it put Jiren down. The mastered one put Jiren down, but it didn't last long. Like Beer said himself, he was like, man, he won that fight. And Goku ran out of gas. But we both just said Goku Black has more natural talent. Goku Black's would last longer. Even if it lasted a minute longer. It would be stronger. It would last longer. And he'd be out to kill.
Now, hold on. Okay, that's facts. All that's facts. Now, remember, I said under perfect circumstance for this fight to happen, that would mean that Jiren did not previously already have a million different fights leading into that Ultra Instinct fight. Because remember, Jiren fought Ultra Instinct Goku, mastered Ultra Instinct Goku after how much time went by in terms of power, how many enemies he fought. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, dude, but I want this shit to be clean down the middle. They're literally going neck and neck. Or if Goku Black is trying and then like he's like actually not even that, like he's going at him, he's like being his arrogant ass whatever, and then like Jiren is humbling him and then he turns it up, then Jiren has to turn it up. It's like a pattern.
It is, but what I'm saying is that eventually there has to come to a point where somebody's down. And if Goku Black puts Jiren down, he's going to do it to kill. But if Jiren puts Goku Black down, he could put him down in any way. He could KO him. You know what I mean? He could literally KO him and be on his way.
He has to wait until the next fight then, at that point. Which would mean that's a win.
Yeah, but I said that. I said the Goku Black would lose like the first two.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. In a turn, it's all about if Jiren's going to kill or not. Because if Jiren's out to kill, Goku Black's losing that. He's losing that. But if he's not killing him, the Zenkai boost, the natural brains of like him understanding what's happening and him being through all his previous fights as Goku Black and understanding the strength of mortals, not to underestimate them, he wouldn't come back to that fight until he believes he was ready. Whether he was or not is up for debate, because he could get his ass beat a second time and then he'd have to wait till the third time to get some real shit. But he would have like, you know, like he could, like if he, let's say he got Ultra Instinct the second fight. and then he came back when he mastered it. That'd be way different.
Yeah, dude. This is we pretty much like figured out how that shit would need to go for it to make sense.
It's a coin flip. Is Jiren gonna kill him or not?
Well, what's his make or break? Like, did he? I forget what he like how he said that in the anime or in the manga. Like, I like it's been so long. I actually have to rewatch those episodes too because like actually funny enough, while we was setting up the Christmas tree on Thanksgiving. Freaking, I put the super episodes on for brother Uchi because his ass wasn't doing anything anyway. So I was testing out the new TV. I was like, oh, let's throw some super episodes on. It was Tournament of Power episodes, and he was just like chilling, right? He was all happy, right? Even though but yeah, I gotta rewatch those, man, because like I don't remember if anything specifically was said about Jiren's character that he has a reason why he don't kill, or he just said flat out like I just don't kill.
I think he does have a reason, but I don't think we know what it is. And I don't even know if he said it himself. I think Topo said it. I could be wrong, but I think Topo said it.
Because all right, so if that's the case, then it literally comes down to this then. Because yes, Jiren will win the first few fights up until like Goku Black would come back like stronger, ready, and like more prepared to like take his ass down. But like again, we're still there's like a big factor in Jiren that we don't even know, because for what we've seen, we are assuming that we've seen it all from Jiren off the Tournament of Power because we've seen the most out of everyone else, but Jiren is not everyone else.
Yeah,
that's the thing that people might be missing. However, I have to ask the question, like, what would it take for Jiren to kill? Would it, because like I remember he's the leader of the Pride Troopers. He's all about the justice, and they're trying to serve the justice.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like for Jiren to really solidify this win and like fully OD KO, you're done. You're never. There's not another fight.
Because I wrote the arc in my head just now. I have an answer to your question, so continue.
Yo, Goku Black. Oh, he would have to kill the Pride Troopers.
I was just gonna say he would have to get his ass handed by Jiren, maybe once, maybe twice. Go to rematch him whenever. Get to the Pride Trooper planet. Pull up, ask for Jiren wherever the hell, and just start wreaking havoc. And let all the Pride Troopers get put down with his Goku Black clones until Jiren pulls up.
But yo, my man Jiren would grow a pluck of hair, and that would turn into a fucking Super Saiyan hairdo right after that, bro. Listen, you do not cross the family lines.
But here's the thing. Yes, but actually no. Because Goku Black's the only one at the moment that I can think of, and I could be wrong, but he's the only one at the moment that I can think of that has crossed every family line, and it didn't that guy. Matter. Yeah. Because he wants you to get mad because he now understands that anger can be turned into power, and all he wants is the most power. So he wants to make people mad so that they can get power, or so that he can get more power.
This man is crazy, Goku Black, bro. He really would do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Then. Damn, man, I don't want to see the Pride Troopers die. I love the Pride Troopers.
I mean, he would put a trooper down.
Yo, he would put the whole trooper down. Are you kidding me? He would put the whole dude. Fuck. Yeah, nah, that's a crazy like side arc right there.
I told you, right? Like
that would be nuts.
That would be wild.
So there you go. I feel like that's it right there. Like that's done.
Definitely.
That's a done deal. Like Jiren, the debate is Jiren would win the first few fights. So if you
Jiren wins the battle, but not the war.
Unless he makes the
decision to kill Black. If he doesn't make the decision to kill Black, KO. If he doesn't do that, it don't matter.
Goku Black has a chance then.
Yeah.
So all right. So the definitive answer is,
dude, Black has the fucking time ring. Like
that's not fair. Come on.
No. I'm saying like he could do some shit. He could do whatever he wants and then skip around in time to check if it worked or not.
That's dumb. That just defeats the whole purpose.
It does, but like...
there's no fun in that.
How many times has Dragon Ball killed the fun for no reason?
Hey,
facts.
Hey, it's getting better, all right? We got Broly.
I'm not saying that, but yeah, right or wrong? Okay, then. I.
Iffy. Nah, okay, last thing. Oh, so, all right, two things. Definitive answer is that Jiren would win
the
battles and would only win the war if he decided that Goku Black was worthy enough to actually kill him.
Yeah.
Because he would at that point realize, like, this dude is not just a threat to me, but he is a threat to everyone surrounding me and a lot of other people out there, and I, would not want him to wreak havoc anywhere else.
I also would like to say, on top of that it would also depend not only whether he decides to kill or not, but when he decides to do it. Because if we're 2, 3, 4 Zenkai boosts in, it might be too late.
Could be.
Black's power is a little too much each time he comes back.
Could be. Also, imagine, here's a crazy plot twist. Imagine if Goku Black was so in awe of Jiren's abilities and powers that he was like, time for a new body.
No, my God.
Jiren Black.
See, you want to talk about me going crazy using the time ring, but
Jiren
you want to
Black.
talk about taking Jiren's body instead? Nah.
Goku Black rings off, like, it rolls off the tongue. Jiren
does.
Black does not. It would have to be Black Jiren.
Black Broly.
No, Hood Jiren. Hood Jiren. Hood Jiren. Nope. Almost did it. Almost did on the podcast. Trying to have some kind of cleanse.
Oh, man.
Anyway, new topic. The final
He almost
topic.
let a ninja slip.
Anyway, yes, I did. I'll own it. All right.
Oh, hey. Speaking of Rose, we got Vegeta Rose right here.
All right. So check this out. All right. So
Tell me that's not Vegeta Rose. Look at that shit, bro.
Dude, the coloring on this is definitely sus. Okay. It's
He said
definitely
it's
sus. Okay. This is, I'm not gonna open it now. I'll probably have to do this on a separate video but this is the Chokokubuden, which I believe is like the #1 prize, I think is what that translates to, I think. But it's a Super Saiyan God Vegeta.
They had a Broly one and you didn't choose the Broly one?
Nah, that wasn't in the thing.
Oh, okay.
So here's the story. This is like the intermission story before we wrap this up with the very last topic. It shouldn't last nearly as long as that.
No.
It's literally just me just putting shit down. Anyway.
Yeah, go for it.
So pretty much this story is as simple as this. I went to a Round 1 arcade near my job. Basically a Round 1 is an OD arcade, has lots of different fighting games, rhythm games, ping pong, bowling, like a lot of awesome things you would want to do in life all in one spot, right? And they had these crane games, and the crane games actually had OD prizes like this. And so all you had to do is just get the little ping pong orange balls in this cup.
Yeah.
And I won. And I was like, dude, are you serious? Like, I just won this. So basically, like, the manager, like, he came up to me and I was like, hey, like, I don't even know how this works. Like, did I just win? Because, like, there's, like, a bunch of balls, right? And he's like, actually, the way it works is you have to get 7, like, the Dragon Balls. There's 7 Dragon Balls. And I was like, fuck. It was, like, 9 credits to play, right? He's like, nah, I'm just kidding. You won. I was like, oh, my God. And so basically my choices was between this or Super Saiyan God Goku. The reason why I chose Vegeta is simply because we've seen so much Super Saiyan God Goku that we only first started seeing this Vegeta in the manga and, of course, in Broly.
That was a really good one.
And that is the reason why I decided to go with Vegeta over Goku, because normally, like, whenever you collect something, Dragon Ball, you're typically more likely to lean towards the main protagonist. Like, if you're, like, kind of on the fence of who to start with in a collection, but if, like, you're a Vegeta, pro fan or what I'm saying? Like, you're obviously gonna go Vegeta. But that's the story behind this. I'll do an unboxing review video on this soon. But to wrap this all up,
oh, here we go.
there's one thing I gotta say, guys. There's one thing I gotta leave y'all on this note.
This shit getting real.
All right.
Oh, man.
It is 2019 on the cusp of 2020. We're gonna have lots of Dragon Ball content on the rise, and lots of new things. But one of the old that needs to die here and now. Y'all need to stop memeing on Goku's fatherhood. Okay, I don't want to see I don't want to see no more Goku's a terrible father because blah blah blah. Okay, the reasons why y'all would ever say that in the first place is definitely on some meme shit because it's funny. Yes, Gohan was Piccolo, blah, blah, blah. But I literally had a rant on the way here on the phone with this guy, literally like spitting all of the facts. And I got to shout out my man Frankie Sisto because he actually made a very condensed video discussing the actual nitty-gritty details about why Goku was never a bad father to begin with. So definitely check out his channel and watch it. It's really freaking good, entertaining, and enlightening, and it's the truth. Okay? Now, Kai, let me ask you a question. If you had a son or a child, whatever, right, and you was taking care of them and doing what you're normally supposed to do as a parent, does that make you a bad parent?
No.
Okay. If you are protecting said child and sacrifice yourself and you die, are you a bad parent?
No, unless you give the one who killed him a senzu bean.
Okay, we'll get to that. Okay. When you're dead, how the fuck does that make you a bad father? Like, so here's where the meme comes in, right? Piccolo, Gohan's real dad, right? This guy, okay, now when Goku was around, Goku was chilling with Gohan. He had Gohan on the shoulder, had him on the freaking the Nimbus, chilling, fighting, eating, all this shit, going away from Chi-Chi because she's crazy, right? And guess what? That's what daddies do with their kids. Whenever there was trouble, Goku was protecting Gohan.
Yeah.
All right? Raditz came up, pulled up. What happened?
Goku
Obviously,
and Piccolo
took
off.
Yeah. Right? They took off. They had to freaking put their differences aside to go and retrieve Gohan. Now, what did Piccolo do the first time he had his hands on Gohan? Had Gohan to himself. He threw him off a fucking mountain.
He threw him at a mountain
and made him survive on his own for like a year, longer.
I think it was a year. Just like trying to like eat and like
Gohan was like 4 or 5 years old at this point in time.
Gohan didn't know how to manipulate energy at that time.
Dude.
But he was like, oh, I saw from that whole Raditz thing, you have a bunch of hidden power. Let me check this.
Dude.
Picked him up by the head, threw him at a mountain, and as soon as he let go of him, he was like, all right, his power's going to explode any minute. And the closer that kid got to the mountain, he was like, oh, shit. Like, what if he collides?
My man Piccolo literally did something Goku never did. And y'all are really going to say Piccolo's the real father? Y'all only remember after that. Y'all remember when he actually started training Gohan.
Yeah.
Y'all don't remember the before. The before when
and all of that happened because Goku's dead.
Right. Back to what I was originally saying. Goku was dead. He was not alive.
He was running on Snake Way.
He was trying his best just to come back. To do what? Protect everybody.
Again.
Now, to just...
Man's dead, worried about coming back to life to protect people.
Who does that? Motherfuckers die in other animes, guess what happens? They stay dead.
Continue.
They stay dead. Like, that's it. Like,
and we understand this is Dragon Ball. This is different, but just take it.
Yes, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, it is what it is. We gotta spit the facts.
Yeah, we do.
All right. So yes. So the whole the fucking thing with the sensu bean, that is, look, Goku dumbass.
Yeah.
Okay. But that does not mean. Hold on one second.
Yeah, you have to. I like what you when we were talking on the phone. He mentioned that you have to put Goku's idiocy beside himself because that's him being stupid as a character, not being stupid as a father. He's just a dumbass. It has nothing to do with him being a dad. He's just stupid. That's just Goku.
He straight up. Honestly, like you cannot put the two together, okay? Because as a person, Goku is a great person, okay? He cares about everyone. He loves everyone. He literally tries to befriend his foes.
Yeah, right. He got his foes turning sides like
all the time, bro.
That's just Goku.
And he takes interest in people that are super strong and wants to just bring out the best in them. He did the same with Gohan, okay? I will put this needs to be put to rest right now, guys. Y'all need to listen to the shit I'm saying. You need to watch Frankie Sisto's video and understand Goku was never a bad father. You want to talk about bad fathers? Vegeta had a bad father moment. You know what the fuck he did? He punched Trunks in the fucking face, son. Straight decked this man. They're training in his little chamber in Capsule Corp.
And he actually managed to hit Vegeta. He was like, oh yeah, if you can hit me, I'll take you to the park. He hit Vegeta. Vegeta got mad and said,
socked him like the boppers. I don't want to hear this no more, bro.
And Trunks was crying. He was like, you didn't say you were going to hit me. Vegeta was like, I didn't say I wouldn't hit you.
Yeah, full swing, son. He did not hold back on his own child.
They were both Super Saiyans.
You want to talk about good fucking parent? Like, now Vegeta's a good dad. Oh, yeah, because he takes him to the fucking roller coaster and shit and Super and all this crap. Take it to the carnival.
That's funny.
You know, look, it needs to stop, okay? It needs to stop. Piccolo was never... Like, first of all, Piccolo, in his own right, has good fatherly traits, but let me tell you something. If you heard about any father throwing their kid at a mountain, off a cliff to survive on their own, to figure it out by themselves after their real dad died, that's a fucking problem. Don't care what no one says. If it's an anime or not, that's fucked up.
Piccolo was watching over him.
Okay, yeah,
I understand.
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying.
Whatever. He was watching over him. That is the most Namekian, stupid bullshit I've ever heard. Yeah. Goku's a terrible father. That's why we're talking about this. Goku was never a bad dad. End of story.
Oh, yeah.
Done diddly squat. That's gonna do it for episode freaking 8. Wait, we got comments. Hold on, let me look at some comments really quick.
You want to mention that picture I showed you the other day?
Oh yeah, what's up?
About anime?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Wait, I think I sent it to you on Discord. While you load up the comments.
Yeah, I'm looking for the comments from last week's before I forget to acknowledge any of you awesome supporters, listeners of the Full Power Pack. Yes, go ahead. You could go over that really quick.
I came across this picture that said, why anime is basically a religion. This just, I think you should just like put the list.
I'll just put the picture up.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, just check it out. It was funny.
Okay.
I don't want to get into that because some people, that could be iffy.
All right, so I will definitely say a lot of the comments right now are definitely in acknowledging Geekdom's presence. So
yeah,
shout outs to Geekdom. Yeah.
Oh, what a time!
Yeah, big shout outs to that.
Yo.
Okay, so one person said, I get what they are saying about Gohan not being like Goku and Vegeta. It's just I would prefer him to be more involved in the story and for him to continue to have the character development he seems to be having and fully understand if he really wants to protect his loved ones, he needs to make sure that he has more than enough power to protect them. Okay.
That's exactly what we brought up.
That's exactly what we brought up, exactly what we kind of were saying already. But to acknowledge, I will say that, yes, he doesn't necessarily right now need to like have that epiphany. He will, like anyone else, will have that epiphany if and when the time is ever necessary. Because as it stands right now, who's handling all of that shit? Goku and Vegeta. Like, I understand guys want Gohan to be more involved because they would want to see that spark and light in him again. And as much as that would be amazing, you can't just throw him in there for no reason. There needs to be some kind of like purpose behind even having Gohan right there. Because the way they're writing this story, Goku is literally in the middle of trying to master Ultra Instinct. Yep. Vegeta is about to master Spirit Control from the Yard Rats. And we still have a lingering Broly out there. Yeah. If you're gonna look, bias aside, you're gonna ask me if there was a 3-man team that needed to be made to fight off whoever, who would you pick? Goku, Vegeta, Broly. I'm not picking Gohan. I'm not picking Krillin. I'm not picking Piccolo. I'm not picking Gotenks. I'm not even picking fucking Beerus. I'm picking Broly.
Yeah.
Okay? You want to know why? All bias aside, Broly handled Goku and Vegeta by himself for the longest time under no real training conditions. My man was only training with Ba and Papa Paragus.
Yeah. That's some real shit.
That was his real first taste of actual combat. And he was fucking adapting on the fly and getting boosts and leveling up and monkey see monkey doing to the T while this shit was going on. They had to fuse blue, all this crazy shit just to pretty much snap him out and ultimately low-key almost kill him. That's debatable, but people assume that he would have died. Yeah. He would have died from that. My thing is, like, the Shenron Wish thing was a good save. That makes it, like, kind of up in the air for, like, argument. Would he have died? Would he have not? I know that
either way, he would have went down.
Yes, like, he would have definitely been defeated, knocked out of that.
Yeah.
All right. Even though you could kind of see it in his eyes, like right before he took the blast, like he was kind of knocked out of it already. Stressed. Well, no, like it wasn't. He was definitely stressed, but he was like he was conscious. You saw his
pupils. Yeah, he was back. He was back. In it.
Yeah, he was back in it.
Yeah, and also real quick about the whole Gohan thing. As a fan base, I'm not talking about like Gohan, like huge like Gohan fanboy specifically. Dragon Ball as a fan base, I feel like Gohan not being around, just being lost in the books, being this weak little ass twig at the moment. You know, he has his moments, but just accept that. I'm pretty sure that's the wrath of Toriyama, because Toriyama wanted him to take over for Goku, and everybody said, nah, we don't want that. Give us Goku. He's like, oh, y'all want Goku? You don't want Gohan? All right, fine. Don't get Gohan.
Dude, here. Okay, some real shit, and we're done. Real shit, and we're done. Because Gohan's gonna probably come up on the podcast a lot. All right. Here's the thing. the thing that's holding character like Gohan back from how y'all want him to be written is the fact that we still have guys like Goku and Vegeta around. They need to be gone. Not dead, but they need to be gone.
And they would have been had the fan base not chosen.
People don't like change, but they want the same shit.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like, I don't understand that. Like I love seeing new characters, like, rise up. And I like seeing the characters that we have. I like seeing them still
stay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the way I see things is, yes, like, the newer generation is always supposed to surpass the next. That's just how family lines work and all that kind of stuff. Because even though they will be as strong as they are, like, for example, I'm going to use Naruto for example. First Hokage, strong as fuck, all right? Freaking first Hokage was leader of the Senju clan, all that stuff, right? Well, you fast forward all the way to Naruto, like the power is definitely very different. But like, I'm obviously gonna say newer generation has an advantage,
and that's always the case. It's even the case in Dragon Ball. Look at Goten and Trunks, 7-year-old Super Saiyans.
7-year-old Super Saiyan. Oh, I got one better for you: Kefla, Caulifla, and Kale, son. Tingly feeling.
Nah.
Tingly feeling.
Bro.
Tingle in your back. Kaba too. He's in there.
Fuck the whole tingly feeling shit. I feel like Goten and Trunks were a better, just as far as like using that as an example, I like mine better than that one, just because like Goten and Trunks, like obviously was no tingly feeling with that shit. So they must have done it off of anger. Like, what'd you do? Did mom say you couldn't have a cookie? You got mad and turned blonde? Like,
and plus Chi-Chi taught Goten.
Yeah. That's the... Bro!
Forgot about that?
How a human.
Forgot about that?
How a human. She sees Super Saiyan so much. She's like, oh, all you have to do is get mad. Here, let me just, let
me make you some rice and beans and you just got to push. That's a shit joke,
I have
guys.
no further comment.
Yeah. There's a poop joke. That one. Mm-hmm.
It was a shitty joke.
Oh, you get it? Yeah. So that's the thing. You guys want Gohan to really step up? There needs to be a purpose for that. Yes, like, oh, he needs to protect his family. Everyone needs to protect their family. Krillin is protecting his family. But are we seeing him out there in the field training? He's a police officer.
Wee woo, wee woo.
You know, like, if and when the time is appropriate, it will happen. But it's not happening right now. That's not the direction of what the story is going in. And yes, it is unfortunate because at the same time, it kind of contradicts what I'm saying. Like, the next generation is, so, but that's how it was going to be written. Gohan was literally in line to be the next guy, but like it went in another direction.
Yeah,
it literally just went in another direction. Like he decided, all right, Goku's gone.
It could have flopped.
Yeah, like Goku's gone. Like he's not. Like, dude, think about it. Come on. Like, why do I talk about this? There was a 7-year gap.
Yeah.
There was a 7-year gap. They 7 years of peace. Was there a need for fighting? You have a character that literally said point blank, I don't like to fight.
That's facts. Gohan is not Goku.
What is he gonna do without his dad there to train with? He's not gonna be knocking on Bulma's door to go fight with Vegeta.
And that's the thing too. Yeah, keep going.
And and he's living at home with his mom, new brother who he has to look over, and he's going to school. Like he said it from the get-go. He doesn't like to fight. If the world is in peace, he only had to start getting his hands dirty to handle the light shit, aka Great Saiyan Man. Okay?
God, kill me.
One of my fucking favorite parts of Gohan. Low key. Not even low key, high key. I love fucking Great Saiyan Man. I love Great Saiyan. I'm a Power Ranger guy.
That's fair.
That was Dragon Ball's Tokusatsu thing. And like they did it with the Ginyu Force, and then they had Great Saiyan Man, yeah. Pride Troopers. I was in there. Toriyama knows. But that's
yeah, and the whole Gohan thing, Gohan's still getting character development. We brought it up last time. I'll bring it up again real quick. In the moral arc, Gohan understands even if he doesn't like fighting, he needs to keep his training
handling
up
my man 7-3.
So he can handle whoever shows up to his planet while his dad and Vegeta are not around, so he can at least be strong enough to, at the very least, hold somebody off till the cavalry arrives.
Okay, you know what? Just off of that alone, I'll be nice. I'll throw a bone at y'all. After that fight, Gohan will have a moment to himself. He will say, damn, Dad and Vegeta are gone a lot. There's a lot of shit going on in our universe. Maybe I should actually start to train
Maybe I should be Earth's protector because they're busy being the universe protectors.
There you go, guys. We wrote you the story. Akira, I got PayPal. Anyway.
I got PayPal.
We got PayPal.
We got Patreon. We got PayPal.
Yeah.
What's good?
Yeah, on that note, hit the freaking social links in the description below. Like, share, subscribe. Hit us up on Twitter. All that good stuff, guys.
We're good with all the comments?
Huh?
We're good with all the comments?
Everything else was bugging.
You're right.
Yeah. We're going to leave it at that. Guys, thanks again for watching, listening, checking in on us. Have a good one. May the power protect you guys. Keep it classy, locked, loaded here on Uchi Games channel. And we'll see y'all next time. Perfect.
Oh my Gohan, bro.
I'm literally about 2 Migos sound effects away from just saying fuck it, we say now. That's a wrap. Enough of that Gohan shit. That's a blooper. That's standard.
I'm about 2 Migos sound effects away.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh.
Yup. Right. Alright, are you good? Ready?
Oh man, I wasn't ready for that. Alright, just... Okay. Alright, cool.